What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of We Hope This Finds You Well. This is episode 26 with Rob, Chuck, and Jimmy. What's up, dudes?
What up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
So it just took us like about an hour and 20 minutes to get this thing started, just so you guys know out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
We are not good with the technological skills, and I'm in Texas.
It's not. We just keep trying new things every time, and
We're learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
You know,
But learning
if
straight off.
If we
YouTube,
just stick
for
with
sure.
what we're doing, we'd be fucking great. But we like to
we look to enhance the experience.
enhance the
trying to grow.
experience.
Trying to grow.
Yeah, grow as individuals.
And you know what they say? I'm a grower, not a shower.
Dude, I was literally gonna say the same thing. That's how you know we've been friends for far too
I've
fucking
seen
long.
it. It's true.
It's very true. It hides in the bush like a scared little peanut.
Hey guys. I want
That
to.
didn't go so well.
No. This is going great. I want to start out by changing my used review.
Oh my god. Jesus
Oh god,
Christ.
that's right.
Is
I
this
forgot
the
about
third used review?
Yeah.
It's still terrible, Chuck.
It's
No,
still
it's
bad.
dude,
It's just
still
going
bad.
down.
I'm taking it. So I went from 6 to 7. I'm gonna take it to a 5.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Okay, maybe
Move the
listen.
fuck
I have
on.
nothing but the most respect for Mr. McCracken, and I think that maybe you should stop listening to it for the sake of anybody who listens to this. Like, you're gonna fuck with his numbers, dude.
First of all,
You keep every.
Oh, well,
every
that's the
time,
thing.
like,
I'm not listening to it. Like I told you guys last time. Like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this for a little bit. I haven't listened to it since, and
Yeah.
I don't want to.
well, I sent Chuck a list of Frank Turner songs. Do you think he fucking listened to them? No. I had to force him to listen to it today.
Well,
And what'd you think, Chuck?
it was good. Good shit. I'll listen to it next time you make me listen to it.
Exactly. I'm gonna have
there
to
it is.
force him
Whatever.
to.
There it
Whatever.
is. That's the answer I thought he was gonna give.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was all right. Put it on the
All
same
right.
pile.
I just
as
wanted. I
Mars.
wanted to get that out of the way. It's pretty bad.
You guys listen to any other music? What's your go-to these days?
Dude, oddly enough, so all the medicine that I've been on lately has me pretty slowed down, right? So I've been listening to it's a southern type of hip hop. It was like super popular in the 90s and early 2000s.
Were you listening to Uncle Cracker or some shit?
Sorry, Uncle Cracker? What the fuck?
Follow me,
Yes,
everything is
I'm talking about like the
alright.
chopped and screwed shit and like the whole like Houston movement of hip hop and stuff like that. So I've been listening to a ton of Houston hip hop.
Do you have like an artist you can recommend? Because I have no clue what you're talking about.
In particular, there's a dude, he passed, but dude, there's people on my street that keep blowing this stuff up that's called Tannerite.
I know.
It's-
Yeah, I know what Tannerite is.
Yeah, it's.
Are they shooting it?
Yeah, and I mean we all shoot guns. It's Texas for Christ's sake, but
Right.
it scares the hell out of my dogs. They're barking like crazy right now. What was I saying? I'm so sorry.
Houston,
Underground rap.
Oh,
scene.
Houston style rapper. He's dead now.
Dirty South.
Yeah, it's DJ Screw.
DJ Screw coming at you.
RWG, my
Yeah,
man.
it's like really low beats per minute. Like, I don't know. It's really cool, crazy. It's like it's the shit to drink lean to and stuff. But I've been enjoying the shit out of it.
Hey man, whatever floats
Cool.
your fucking boat. I've been listening to
music-wise, like new music. And there's not a whole lot. There's a band called Joyce Manor that Jimmy saw with Saves the Day.
I've heard good
Is that
things.
the band that sucked a bag of dicks?
No, it's a band that's really good. I like them a lot. No,
Charlie,
we
you
saw
told me
them.
about them, didn't you?
Maybe. We saw them. They opened for Saves the Day last summer. James and I both went to the show. I like them a lot. They just released like an album of early recordings. So it's like Rough and Raw But no, they're really good, man. They have a lot of energy. It's kind of fast and loud. It's pretty punky. Do you remember them, Jimmy? I remember you not liking. I told you to
Run
listen
that
to
back,
them, and you were
it's
like,
it's a little bit punky.
It wasn't punky enough for me. That's the problem.
It's just a little bit punky.
Just.
I'm sorry. Is that not a proper description of?
No.
No, it's perfectly fine. I just enjoyed it. Yeah, punky.
Yeah.
I like it.
So you've been listening to them a lot?
No, not really.
Well, who the fuck have you been listening to then?
Yeah, well, what the hell is that?
I'm just saying. Like, I listened to it because it's a new release.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you want me to what am I listening to? I'm listening to the same fucking things I've been listening to for the past 20 years. That's what I'm listening to.
Yeah, I know. I get you, but like sometimes I just get on kicks and I'm like I listen to like nothing but like Bad Religion on the on the way to work.
I feel you, dog.
You know what I mean? Like I'm sure you're like, oh, dude, I've been listening to the Strider for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that regard, I cannot stop listening to Me Without You.
Me Without You. There we go. That's what I'm saying.
But that's been a problem of mine for years now.
Yeah.
I just can't stop.
Yeah, mine's been pretty much mostly. It's a weird. So you guys know I have a really eclectic taste. I go across the board, right? So it's been a whole lot of. Like obscure hip hop and shit, and like a whole lot. Oddly enough, a whole lot of death metal.
Fucking death metal. Yeah, I love it.
And like black metal and shit. I don't know why. It's just so weird. And I don't understand what's being said, but I kind of dig it in the background as almost like background noise.
Sure. I got you.
No, I love it, man.
Especially black metal.
Going back to Joyce Manor real quick. The song that I recommend the most for everybody is called Leather Jacket. It's a fucking banger. So check that out.
It's a banger.
I'll
check it out.
I'll put it on our Spotify playlist. It's probably my favorite of theirs. But yeah, their album of demos is called Songs from Northern Torrance. Songs from Northern Torrance. I turned away from the mic.
Yeah, you definitely did. I heard
these are not
direction.
These are definitely directional.
New music wise, Lady Gaga has a new album. I know neither of you are really about that life.
I think she's super talented.
Actually, you don't even know me, Chuck. You don't even fucking know
me. You about Gaga? You down with the G?
I don't tell a lot of people this, Chuck, but I'm going to tell the internet right now.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, not bad.
Are you saying you listened to the new one?
Not good.
I didn't listen to the new one, of course, and she's not even on my iTunes or anything like that. But if it's on, I'm not gonna change it.
Yeah. Anyways, Gaga's got a new album out called Chromatica. I listened through a couple times. It's decent as fuck. You know how it is with new music though. It takes a little while.
Of course.
It's like she's got a song with Ariana Grande, or as Pittsburghers would say, Ariana Grande.
You know that Ariana Grande?
Yeah, they would.
Playing down the Pittsburgh paint can.
Elton John does a track. It's like super good pop music.
Nice.
But I was a huge fan of her last album, Joanna, whatever.
Oh, something like that.
That album's really fucking good. This one's got a little more of the pop vibe. That one was a little more mellow, I would say. But yeah, it's good shit. Jimmy's down with the G.
Yeah, she's not. I think she's hot. That doesn't have to. And she's just, to be honest, she is a very fucking talented singer.
Dude,
it's
ridiculous.
like
absolutely
crazy how.
If you're on the fence with her talents, you should listen to the stuff she did with Tony Bennett. Dude, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, dude. Because I'm not a pop music fan, really. Like in that I mean like that vein of pop music. Especially because like our buddies, like Artie and everybody, just jammed that shit down our throats, and some people loved it, i.e. Chuck, but me not so much. And the fucking Poker Face and all that goddamn shit.
Oh, dude.
But in reality, those are
good
good songs.
That's gonna be the first song we're coming into in this podcast. You don't even know.
All Gaga all the time.
All Gaga, motherfucker.
Listen, but I appreciate it now, and also too because I live all the way down here. It makes me miss Artie and everybody dancing in Ian's basement to it. So shout out Artie.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, she has a really great documentary on Netflix also. It's a couple years old at this point, but it's called 5 Foot Something. That's worth checking out to see her crafting her skill. That's a cool documentary.
I've been going old school with my tunes. I don't know. I'm getting a little more revolutionary, I guess.
Let's hear it.
A lot of Rage Against the Machine. I'm going old school.
To see, it's kind of weird and awesome.
Now's a good time for Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, it's weird / awesome because I'm super happy that they're getting like all the head nods and all the clicks and all the money that they may be getting from the resurgence of their popularity and everything from it, which is rad. I believe they were going to start doing shit anyway. They're coming to Pittsburgh, right?
They're actually supposed to be coming. Me and Chuck have tickets. And Jenny, actually. I got a ticket for Jenny, too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that, I believe.
Right, but they are delayed until August of 2021.
But it's super cool in my opinion to see that.
It was scheduled for next month, but we're delayed. We're delayed a year.
The thing is,
whatever.
Dude, if you Google the lyrics, it's fucking crazy. It's like, damn, this dude was like spot on 20 fucking years ago, basically.
Oh, dude, Zach is freaking insane. Do you remember Mr. Perino's class?
Pocket pole?
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Wait, what about that cricket noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there. He's my kid's music teacher also.
Do they say the same thing?
You know what? I haven't.
Easy, gentlemen.
I haven't found out a way to ask them like, yo.
So, did you ever experience any issues?
Does he still play with his keys all the time?
You know what's the weirdest thing is, as you get older, the things you start to realize that are so fucking foul and insidious, but you had no clue when you were a little kid.
Oh, dude, people are fucking creeps and degenerates.
But dude, I got detention. Do you remember being able to bring music in?
Yeah, I got my sister's Beastie Boys album confiscated because they played that.
Yeah, I got in trouble because Bulls on Parade. I played Bulls on Parade. And
that's a banger, man.
It is such a banger.
He says "fuck" in the first sentence.
Does he?
Yeah. It's within the first couple of sentences. I believe I'm thinking of the right song. Get the fuck off the commode.
Oh, yeah.
Is the lyric. I can't think of it.
The microphone explodes!
Yeah, it's either that or... Yeah, I think that's Bulls on Parade.
I'd have to get... I'm literally going through the lyrics in my head.
How was my impersonation, by the way?
It wasn't good, but I love you anyway.
Thank you.
But dude... They deserve all the respect in the world. I fucking love them. They're one of the reasons why I have the opinion that I have, and they sent me in a direction at a really young age, so I'm fucking thrilled.
Yeah, they're fucking badass. So it's been hitting pretty hard, and I'm actually watching a lot of YouTube videos of like drum covers and stuff.
Dude, I do that shit constantly.
All kind of shit. I'm like, what song is badass? And then I'm like, oh, cool. Let's see if there's a drum cover for it.
Dude, you should look up this guy. His name is Flo Monnier, and I think he's from this band Nile. I think they're like a black metal band or something like that. I don't know. I get that shit confused. But this dude plays so fucking fast. He does like those blast beats and all that shit, and it's unbelievable. But that dude, how fast the fucking guy can play, it just doesn't make any sense.
I follow a dude called Kai Smith. He plays like all the Fat Records bands.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I love that dude.
That dude is fucking amazing. So props to that guy for being awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. I love his covers.
In other news, me and Charles got haircuts. Chuck had a haircut from his wife Jenny, and she cleaned him up real good. He's looking fucking spectacular.
Great.
Trimmed up real smooth. I gave myself a selfie, and I look like fucking Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder.
No, bro.
Simple Jack.
This dude gave himself his own haircut, and it looks pretty good.
Actually, Chuck helped me out. He trimmed me up in the back. I had a couple of semi-rat tails going.
Yeah, he had like a long strand coming down, not from his neck or anything, but like where it was layered in, coming from the top to the back. There's just
Right
like
on.
this long
That middle
chunk. I
spot.
was
Well,
like,
it's kind of no man's zone, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
It was.
And he's like, I don't know about it. I was like, I got you, dude.
Yeah, he hooked it up. So I'm pretty good.
After I got that had to have the brain scan done, they had to glue shit to my head. Fortunately, like 2 days before, I had shaved my head because I was just tired of, I'm starting to, my hair is thinning and it's freaking me out. So every now and again, I'll get like panicky and like I'll bother the hell out of my wife. Like, is my hair thinning? Is it worse? Does it look worse? And she's just like, you're an idiot. It looks the same way it looked for a while, which is not awesome in my personal opinion. And so thanks, buddy. So I shaved it off right before. So I'm like a few weeks out here. Not so
that
bad.
still looks like a great head of hair there.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
see anything.
It's actually, well, not to be like a Debbie Downer, but the meds are jacking it up a little bit. Yeah, the meds are thinning it out a little bit, I think, but it happens. I have a spalding basketball of a head, so I'll just look really good with my head shaved, you know?
That's always been my plan. Like when the hair starts, just shave it.
Dude, I'll be on some Danny DeVito meets Jason Statham, you know?
But yeah, Jenny did my hair and it turned out pretty good. So I got to give her props, you know.
Oh yeah,
I was a little nervous, but yeah, it's all good.
See, the worst part is doing your neck and doing the back. You know, when you got to shave your
absolutely.
neck, you got to shave it like 7 times.
You're just like feeling for the spot.
You are. That's exactly
Kind of
what
like
I'm
lift your
doing.
hair up a little bit.
And then like I comb it down a little bit, and then like reapply.
By the way, we don't have a topic tonight.
Yeah, we have nothing. We are
In case you can't tell, we're winging it. Doing great so far, guys. Keep up
He's doing awesome so far.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Anything new with you, Rob? What have you been doing?
Dude, so actually this past week, my cousin came down from Pittsburgh, and he does like real estate investing and stuff like that. So he came down here and kind of 2 birds, 1 stone, got to hang out with me, and he looked at a couple properties. So he was able to rent this like multi-million-dollar house in Dallas, in like downtown Dallas, for us to stay at. So he could look at these places and stuff and kind of make these connections with these people. So it was really weird to have my fucking Verona ass staying inside a house like that. It was Erica Badu. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
She had the house. She rented the house right before we did. Apparently, like it was fucking crazy gnarly house. I myself am not like overly impressed by that kind of stuff, but like it was pretty fucking cool. Like you could have literally jogged through the house. It was like 6,000 square feet or some crazy bullshit.
Dang,
it's pretty wild. Sounds like a good time.
But yeah, we just chilled over there. It was like essentially, I'm essentially in quarantine like everyone else was, but now I'm getting it, so it's kind of fucking lame.
Why don't you update us on your epilepsy shit? Because
epilepsy.
That was fucking awesome.
How do you spell that?
You know, this is Jimmy's fault. I come in and he's like, "Let me pour you a rum drink," and I'm like, "Aight, let's do that." And now I'm drinking my IPAs, and it's like, fuck.
Those are 9%. Holy shit.
Good. I'm having a good night.
Get Chuck and Uber. Then again, it's what, fucking 10 blocks over, essentially.
I'll fucking ride them.
Epilepsy. Go. How are you health wise, buddy?
Yeah.
I think I'm over two. I think I'm over. Thanks, buddy. I think I'm over 2 weeks from the last seizure that I had. So that's cool. I went to the doctor, and he said that all my scans and stuff looked good. So that's fucking awesome.
Nice.
And so the medicine seems to be working. It's kind of making me a little bit of a dick, unfortunately, but he assures me that that'll go away.
That's just kind of normal, right?
Yeah, but normally I'm like good at choking back on words and stuff.
You grab a motherfucker by the throat now.
No, fuck no. I'll just be like, no. That would be a lot more entertaining for bystanders, except for the one who's getting the wrath. Not that there's much wrath to it. I'm like an 80-year-old dude, all fucking tired and shit. No, honestly, it's just been like chilling all the fucking time. That's just about it.
Just a lot of chillin'.
Just a lot of fucking nothing. Going to the doctors
Is
during COVID.
Tony still down there? Obviously
No,
not.
he just took off. He was here for a week. Looked at a couple places over in Dallas, and just kind of generally hung out. Like the coolest part to me was the house wasn't like fully furnished because it was like being sold, and we ended up getting it for real cheap because it was like kind of sparsely furnished, just like certain rooms, which was kind of funny at times. Like I slept the one night in a single bed in a fucking like palatial house, which was kind of interesting. But oh hell, man, I lost what I was saying. Shit.
Well, I'm glad to hear that your meds are working because I think about you.
That ultimately
constantly.
Ultimately, everything's going smooth with all that stuff.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear.
Is your mom still down there?
Hell yeah, dude.
She fucking lives there now.
Yeah, she's probably going to for a while, man. That's a fortunate thing because I can't drive myself anywhere. But in Texas, everything's far as hell. So if I had to get with us in the spare bedroom, but I can't drive myself anywhere. And like this week, I have 3 different appointments. So, I'd have to Uber to all of them.
Yeah.
And it would be like $100 each way. That's far as shit. And TL's in the middle of finishing, going through the latter end of her master's. So she's in clinical. So she's working full time. So she's got way more than enough stuff to do. So
Sandy's taking care of a little baby.
That's right, man.
So she's working. Right. She's working her butt off. She's got you tweaking out on the fucking floor.
Yeah, fucking Professor X.
We need Sandy. We need her.
That's right. She's doing a fantastic job.
Shout out to Sandy Dold.
Choofy,
excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Big slip.
All apologies.
Yeah, big slip. I bet.
So Rob.
That's honestly, that's about it. It's really you look like and you see like all these like people that are going through it, and it's so rough. And then I'm like, I've had like 7 or something. Yeah. And so it's like, prospectively, it's just like, all right, cool. I'll just take medicine and wait till I can go back to work.
I have a sore hamstring. I've been playing a lot of tennis and golf recently.
Really?
Yeah. I played today. I played tennis 3 days this week.
Bill Orban?
Bill, and then I played with Corey Roberts today.
Nice. They're both pretty good, aren't they?
Yes. So I'm definitely getting a good workout.
No, I don't recall. Are you good yourself at tennis?
Not bad. I mean, they're both a little bit better than me probably, but I'm getting
didn't they
better.
Both play? Like Corey while he went to our high school, and then Billy all through high school.
I don't think because Corey was expelled by the time.
Well, I was trying to not even say anything like that, but yeah, you can air him out.
Oh, he knows. Believe me,
he knows.
Well, of course he knows.
I mean, we're not keeping any secrets here. I mean,
that's public record.
That is public record.
Billy did play in high school.
Yeah, I played for 1 year too. And,
I played for like part of the beginning of the season. Do you remember that, Jimmy?
I have no idea. I only played for 1 year myself.
Yeah, I went in the what the hell is his name? I don't want to be like disrespectful, but the teacher, the orange guy,
Maxwell.
Yeah, he kicked me off. Well, didn't kick me off. That sounded right,
That's
right?
Mr. Maxwell.
He basically didn't ask me to quit, but he kind of suggested it like really politely because like our high school was small, so you didn't really. You'd have to make the team really, like it just was what it was. So he was just kind of like, dude, you're not taking this serious. And you're just like if you're just going to joke around all the time, please don't be here. And I was like, yeah, okay. No, I got you. All right, I'll go.
That's funny. I'll try.
All I kept trying to do is hit balls over the fence into the river. That was my whole goal every day. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've definitely done that once or twice. It's always a good time. But yeah, it's fun as hell. It's really really intense at times. Fucking slam my hand off the goddamn fence.
Get some real serious volleys going on,
Yeah.
A couple good rallies, is it? A couple love
volleys.
Some loves and whatnot.
Love is when you have 0
points.
Shut the fuck up, Chuck. No one asked you.
Yeah, I know. I'm a huge dork. Is what I do with my time now. But I don't know.
That's not dork, dude. You can, Andre Agassi ponytailed it for a long fucking time, dude. He was cool as shit.
Yeah, he was cool.
I think he actually wore a hairpiece for a hot minute too, didn't he, Agassi?
I don't know. John McEnroe was a badass too.
Johnny Mac, dude. He's the man.
He'll come at your throat, no problem. My man, would get heated.
He's in that fucking House of Pain. He's a lyric in a House of Pain song. You know he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. You're not making a House of Pain album unless you're a badass. That's just a fucking fact.
All right, fair enough. House of Pain album in 1992.
I've seen House of Pain. No, I haven't seen House of Pain. I've seen Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill was amazing live.
Dude, they're high on a list for me to see live. They always have been. Have you ever watched the Smokebox before with Be Real?
What is that? His podcast or whatever?
Yeah, but it's from the inside of like a '75 Cadillac.
That's funny.
And he just sits in there, and they just like Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast. Actually, they smoke beforehand. Like just sitting around bullshitting before they podcast, and then they get inside that thing and they'll just sit there and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke, and it literally hotboxes the inside of the vehicle. Not only that, they're consuming insane amounts of fucking weed the whole time. I don't know how anyone gets like a whole sentence out while they're doing the actual podcast, but they seem to, and it's actually really entertaining.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna check that out.
More entertaining than this, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Joe Rogan interviewed him, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
In exciting news, Jenny and I own our house officially now.
Homeowners.
Congrats.
Homeowner vibes.
Right,
that's awesome, buddy.
Writing off that interest.
Jimmy did all of our paperwork for us. He was a very big asset. Am I allowed to say that?
Sure.
He was a very big asset. Very helpful. He hooked us up with a great loaning company that did everything we needed them to. Closing lady was a little bit weird, but I don't know.
You're free to say whatever you want.
Yeah, tell us. Dude.
Well, the lady who came to do our closing, all the paperwork, she was drunk, like drunker than I am right now.
Oh, fuck. What?
She pulls up her husband pulls up with her in the passenger seat, first off.
Oh, no.
And he just waits outside the whole time. She gets out of the car.
What day of the week is this? And what time?
I think it was a Friday.
I want to say it was a Monday.
Monday?
What time of the day?
Like a 3 or 4?
Afternoon.
Okay, so she was having some early teenies then.
Yeah,
That's what it sounded like. She had a nice lunch.
She got out of the car and Jenny and her mom or something, they were in the side yard, and she was like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, sorry, I've been drinking wine all day. And we're like, what?
So you came to work, bitch? Like, you've been drinking wine all day and you came to my closing? What the shit?
Yeah, it's super unprofessional.
It was weird, but all the paperwork got turned in, so we're good to go.
All that matters, I guess.
Right. But she was trying to think of a good word to describe her. Very extremely energetic and
drunk. Piss drunk.
Piss drunk.
She was ready to party. You were the last closing for the day. She wanted to wrap that shit up and head right back to the bar.
She just got done selling a house in Swakely Heights and made a shit pile of money, and she's like, you know what, fuck it. Let's pop bottles now.
Let's do some shots.
Hit this one in Oakmont on the way through.
Yeah, we are homeowners. It's the house that Jenny has lived in her entire life. Her parents owned it. We bought it from them.
That's so
we
cool.
are very excited to be homeowners.
The home is super old, isn't it?
It was built in 1900.
That's awesome.
Cool.
120 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. Now that you're a homeowner, the next time I come to Pittsburgh, I'm staying with you, and we're de-creeping that basement because it makes me so creepy. Can we do something to make it less terrifying?
I think all we gotta do is take down that horse.
Oh no, I don't know if we can. I'm sure that took a lot off the plate of the in-laws, though. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Everyone's happy. It worked out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's. I went through the process about 2 years ago, and it's frustrating getting up to that point. Every time, literally every time. But then once it's over, it's a fucking, it's great.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's great.
Excuse us.
Chuck's being funny. Oh God, this fucking guy. So, what's on your little laundry list? You got the porch done too.
Yes. That was one of the stipulations to get the closing to go through. We had
It's for the mortgage company. They're basically saying we're not giving you the fucking money unless you get this shit together.
Right. So we had.
Oh, right on you.
I mean, and it was completely legit what they wanted fixed. The one porch beam was rotting, so we had to get that fixed. So we got a new roof on the porch. Derek Penny actually did the porch work for us, and he did a wonderful job. And then
awesome.
Chris Donachie, big Chris, he came and painted it.
Hey,
for
Big
us.
Chris.
Yeah, he painted it, and it looks really good.
Yeah,
so
it does.
He's a
we're
beast.
happy. Next, we're getting a fence. Fencing in
cool.
the backyard, Rob.
Excellent. What kind of fence?
White vinyl. It's a 6 foot fence with a foot of like slats that you can see through, and the rest is like a privacy fence.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna look good, and it's gonna be good for the dogs especially.
It's nice too with your kids being the age they are now. They're not going to be running around with markers and throwing shit, and doing all the gnarly stuff that they did when they were younger.
Oh yeah,
You guys will be able to chisel through the other heavier stuff.
they don't go outside anyway, so we're good.
That's true.
It's so weird. Like,
Isn't it though? All we did was hang outside.
Like, yeah, ride bikes and shit like that. And kids just don't do that anymore, do they?
Yeah, not so much. I mean, every now and then, but like,
It's not like an everyday thing. It's like, today I'd just rather sit and play video games.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game now.
No, Chuck, you have twins. Like, do they sit in the same room and like talk to each other and play the same video game, or they play separate video games in separate rooms, or separate video games in the same room?
They're usually in the same room. They do play together, and they do play apart, but they play together a lot. Like, Charlie plays on his phone, Tommy plays on the console. But, like, they join, like Fortnite squads, and they'll play together. So, yeah, I guess they
It's
talk
just
to each
also
other.
boring.
get
I
along
can't
for the
imagine
most
staying
part?
inside.
For the most part.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of, like, hey, you fucking idiot here and there, but
Yeah, normal brother shit.
typical
Like,
stuff.
don't touch my shit, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's so funny how that shit like turns around in families in a lot of ways. Like, Jimmy, you and your siblings hated each other when we were kids growing up.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking war zone.
Oh yeah, and the same with mine. Fortunately for with my situation, my oldest brother was 8 years older than me, so he just whooped my ass when he was home, basically. Yeah. But like and Chuck, you have siblings that you get along great with, and other ones that you don't, unfortunately. But
Chuck's got siblings out the ass.
Yeah, you have tons of them.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
Fucking Irish, man, Be like goddamn rabbits.
So he's got it both ways. He's Irish and Italian, so all they do is breed.
Bang, bang,
Fucking
bang.
Catholics.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's what we do.
We don't believe in contraception.
Fuck that.
Just Big Chuck in there,
Catholic
Big
way.
Chuck in there doing the Ball and Johnson dance, just letting the Ball and Johnson swing around.
Yeah. It's all good.
You guys do have breeding in your genes, man. Holy crow!
They're prolific people.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
Speaks for
But
itself.
look at that chin. Of course, you have to pass that on.
That's a power chin.
That's where he gets. That is where he gets all of his power from. That's for damn sure.
I'm like the Crimson Chin.
That's true. You are like the Crimson Chin. What is that fucking from? Holy shit!
It's from Fairly Odd Parents.
There it is.
Rob, do you want to talk about Last Man on Earth? I finished it.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. Tell me how you feel about it. Where it left off. Where do you think it was going? Actually, I'm more concerned with. So lead us up to what the last episode made you feel like, and then where you thought it was gonna go. Because that show still really fucking makes me mad that it ended.
Yeah, it was strange because 100% spoiler alerts, by the way.
Well, naturally, but dude, it's fucking too bad for them.
I mean, it's 2-3 years old at this point, so we're good.
Yeah.
So I think, like, I've been thinking about it a lot. First of all, one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever watched.
For sure.
Non-stop laughs, just over-the-top craziness. Where it left off, very interesting. So they were on their way from Zihuatanejo.
Mm-hmm.
They were planning to go to Cancun. I almost said Cocoon. But
Cancun.
Great movie.
Cancun. But they found this farmhouse with orchards of orange trees and avocados. And they were like, wait a second, we should just stay here. But then the last scene, they're surrounded by what looks to be hundreds of people who came from living underground.
Hats in the ground, yeah. And weren't they doing like flashbacks to like another people that lived in that home or something?
Not that I recall.
Oh, maybe I'm.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Anyways, the ending though, I think that could have been a perfect ending to the show. Like, if you take out the other people coming from underground from the bunker, if you take that out and they just land there, and say you do like a time jump, like a flash forward, like 50 years in the future for like the last scene, you know, and they got all kinds of kids and grandkids running around. It could have been a perfect ending, but obviously they were planning on still taking the show somewhere
going
else.
with it, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild though.
I just thought they could, like, I have no clue. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what was going on. There was about three people that came out before all those people showed up.
So what happened was, if you'll remember,
it's been like 3 years now since I've seen it.
Jason Sudeikis had that vehicle that had the thermal,
and it could sense the heat,
the thermal satellite tracing. So they went to this area where he was picking up a large signal, and they didn't find anything because all these motherfuckers were underground. But they did find a herd of goats.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So they assumed that maybe it was that.
That's right, but it was.
But then after they pull away, then they show the people coming up out of the bunker in the exact spot where they were looking.
Yeah, so hopefully someone will fucking pick that up. So if you guys have never seen that, it's really, really good. It's on Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's a great show. Comedy-wise, let me give you two of my favorite bits, all right? They have like these jokes that just run throughout the seasons. My favorite one, Tandy likes to sing songs, all right? So every time he picks up his guitar, and then he pretends like he's tuning it, plucks a couple strings here and there, and then he just starts banging on it. Every time he sings a song.
Don't remember that at all.
It's one of my favorite parts of the show. Every time he picks up his guitar, he like strums it and tunes it, and then he just whacks it like a percussion instrument and starts singing like a maniac.
I don't remember that at all,
rewatch
but that's
it.
awesome. I have to rewatch that shit.
And of course, I'm sure you remember there's a lot of Shawshank references.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's Todd and Melissa's favorite movie, so that's how they kind of bond. And Tandy pretends like it's his favorite movie, and he says, "Oh yes, Tom Hanks, Shawshank Redemption."
Shawshank, and yes, correct, Shawshank.
And he always says, and it truly was a Shawshank Redemption. He says that multiple
honestly,
times throughout the seasons. It's so great.
The first episode of that, I looked at my wife and I went, "That's Chuck. You are 1,000,000% Tandy. The character is you."
I'm all right with that.
He's a sweet guy.
I don't know who this Tandy
Well,
is.
he was a bit.
I don't know who
he's
this Tandy is.
played by Will Forte. Okay. His name is Philip Tandy Miller, but they end up calling him Tandy because one of the only other survivors on Earth is also named Phil Miller.
Of course.
But the other Phil, do you remember, Rob? The other Phil says, "I don't have a middle name," and so Tandy's like, "Okay, well, I guess I have to go by Tandy then."
Yeah.
And then it turns out whenever other Phil Miller dies, Tandy finds his driver's license. His middle name is Stacy. So Tandy's like, "What?"
Wasn't even fucking Philip.
Well, yeah, so I think he should have won that one anyway. You shouldn't have to go by Stacy. You know, you get to go by Phil. If it's between Stacy and Tandy, you said?
Tandy.
Tandy.
Yeah, Tandy's way better. That's way more acceptable. That's like guys named Kim. And if you're not Asian, you know, if you're like Korean,
Dude,
that's okay.
in the South, there's a lot of guys named Kelly with the E in it.
Kelley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a number of other ones I can't think of off the top of my head. But there's a number of like the gender where you just like look at it, and from being from the northeast, I just assume it's a female because
Right.
it is what it is. But here you look at it and you're like, is Kelly? Oh, I'm Kelly, and you're like, oh,
Dude named
well, fair
Kelly.
enough. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, but anyways, again, I'm not a great storyteller. I'm not great at explaining things, but if you haven't watched this show, you got to watch it. It's just like an over-the-top comedy, and it's great. Great storyline, great character development. I fell in love instantly, so great show. Last Man on Earth. I give
agree.
10 out of fucking
Easy
10.
watch too.
Oh, yeah. Great show. One of my favorite, there was a lot of, it's created by Will Forte, so of course there was a lot of SNL alum who also did some guest appearance on the show. Fred Armisen's character, the serial killer,
Oh,
fucking
dude,
amazing.
anything Fred Armisen does is amazing.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy.
So good.
Big fan of him.
Jimmy, you got to watch.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out now.
You are.
Probably.
Yeah, it's probably true.
I don't know, dude. For some reason, I just have not been into TV that much.
What have you been? You've been watching like movies or just watching news? What are you up to?
Little news, but even then, it's background noise for me. I've been working like a lot.
You probably had some catching up to do.
A lot of catching up to do. Courts are starting to open back up, so they're starting to schedule cases and all kind of shit. So that means...
When do you think that'll be fully open?
Fuck if I know. I mean, you have fucking morons that are, bitching about the governor asking us to wear masks. So, if we get slammed with another fucking wave of this shit, who the hell knows?
It just seems so silly. How can you be mad about that?
Dude, there's like 30 people that are suing Giant Eagle over their mask policy. They're suing them under the Americans with Disabilities Act. And, I don't know. I'm not going to debate the law. They may or may not have a case. I think it's weak, but, that's my opinion. I guess it's up for, potentially a jury ultimately, but I happen to think that all these cases are just going to settle.
Yeah,
Giant Eagle's not going to want to go through a gigantic process.
It's going to throw money at it and go, get the fuck out of my face.
Fuck you. Here's a couple grand. Go fuck yourself, Jagoff.
Obviously, unless they have some kind of like oxygen apparatus that causes them to not be able to,
I think there's other reasonable accommodations that have been made. Like we're doing curbside service and shit like that. Uh-oh. You all right?
Yeah, I just had to switch the Bluetooth on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. But
Hi, Chuck.
What's up?
Did you see that, Chuck? 30 people are suing Giant Eagle over their mask policy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Chuck's neutral. He doesn't give a fuck.
Why? I mean, why? Tell me more. Give me more detail.
Oh, they're saying it's under the Americans with Disabilities Act. They're saying that they have medical conditions that prevent them from wearing those masks for an extended period of time or at all.
I guess that seems like a bit of a gray area. I don't know. Can you send somebody else to the store then?
Send somebody else to the store. You have curbside service.
Yeah. Giant Eagle has great curbside service.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's any validity or merit to the case. I really don't. They might. I'm not going to say that the law.
Well, I mean, if you can't get to the store any fucking way, then why are you worried about the goddamn mask? I mean,
well, that's kind of it too.
Well, they're saying they can get to the store and they want to go in the store.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Whatever their medical condition may be prevents them from wearing the mask.
So they shouldn't be forced to wear a mask inside of Giant Eagle.
Oh god.
Yeah, this is 2020, dude.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Like, not necessarily all in every individual, but like, what's fucking next? Like Godzilla? Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think? Is it just Black Plague?
It's just been kicking the balls after kicking the balls. Dude, this year started out with my dog dying on January 17th. And then Australia was on fucking fire. And then,
I forgot about that completely.
It's not even a big deal anymore. It's fucking off the radar. And then we go right into fucking Rona, and then, of course, Trump's doing something fucking stupid every goddamn day.
Every other second, yeah.
Fucking criminal. I mean, it's like our democracy's falling apart. Our attorney general is a fucking criminal. Unreal. And then, of course, we have like a bunch of fucking riots right now. Everybody hates each other.
Those random ass hornet things that were supposed to be super
hornets.
Murder hornets got blown over real quick. They tried to make an appearance, but then they're like, we're good.
We're good. You guys already have enough shit going on right now.
We have enough things to scare you with.
Right.
Enough things to separate us, enough things to scare us with. Let's just keep this thing rolling. Fuck those bugs. We'll bring it back up later. We'll say they're swarming and moving.
So honestly, I think with this whole year, I'm just trying to keep my head clear with, again, tennis, golf, hikes, just anything to keep my mind, free from all this bullshit.
And hopefully this stupid little podcast can bring some people some
a little bit of light.
Completely mindless entertainment.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just
That's
a
what
couple
we look
of dopes talking about shit.
Couple of dates.
Keeping it real, though.
Yeah, we always keep it real.
Always keep it real.
Really real.
That's the fucking number one rule of this podcast.
It's the first I heard that, but I like it.
Well, I wasn't supposed to say it over on the podcast, but we'll let you guys know now.
Number one rule: keeping it real.
Really real.
Sorry, that's my little rant. I've been drinking a little bit of rum, so I get a little fired up.
Rob, how about our boy Chris Caraba had a pretty nasty motorcycle accident? Man,
I did see that he was
he got pretty fucked up.
He was in critical condition, but not not life threatening.
Yeah, it was non-life threatening, but he needs a lot of surgeries and shit. He's pretty banged up. So
man, I don't know if I'm more worried about his pretty little face or his pretty fingers. His talents and his fingers. That's what I mean.
I don't give a fuck about his face as long as that voice box is okay and he can play the goddamn guitar. Actually, I don't even need the voice box. Me, Chuck, and Duffy got that one.
Yeah, we can cover the both.
Oh, dude, I'll fly up for it from then on out. All of us can take care of that shit.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So yeah, best wishes to our pal Chris Caraba.
Yeah, man, that's terrible. I ride, and that scares the shit out of me, man. Anytime my brother-in-law went down last year, and he had skin grafts and all kinds of stuff done. So that's scary.
Yeah, that's gross. That's why I keep my fucking feet on the ground, except for when I'm driving every day to work.
Other than that,
about an hour through pretty fucking dangerous roads.
Yin's guys play any video games lately? Rob, you're probably not allowed to play video games anymore.
I'm not allowed to play video games.
Really? You're not allowed to do that?
No. photosensitivity or some shit
Well,
like
didn't
that.
you? I remember talking to you a little while ago. It might have been like right before your seizure. You just recently bought a Switch and you were playing something. You said like you were playing a game and like you felt like something coming on. Is that
So, as some people are fortunate enough to have this thing called an aura. Basically, it's a feeling you get before you have a seizure. It's either sometimes a feeling, it can be like a taste or what have you. I really don't know a ton about it, to be honest. I only said it by happenstance because my wife read so much on it automatically, and I just explained the situation. She was like, "Oh, that's this." But anyway, when I was playing the game, my eyes were darting really, really fast back and forth. My wife saw me, and I couldn't really move. So that was weird. That was what, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before.
yeah?
I didn't even think about that till right now, actually.
No, because I remember you
And
telling me that before you had your seizures, and
yeah,
yeah, that crossed my mind that you were telling me that a couple weeks before.
and when that was going on, I remember having like this like really heavy metallic, like electrical feeling in my mouth, and that's apparently what that aura is because I feel that before I had seizures.
Wow. Interesting.
Or I guess I do sometimes. I don't have them that often, and thankfully I haven't had them, in a while. So I'm just
Right.
hoping we ride that shit out.
Right. So Chuck, tomorrow's a fucking holiday for fathers.
Mm-hmm. Father's Day.
That it is.
You.
What kind of cool shit you think you're gonna get?
Yeah.
Nothing really.
You got a lazy boy or something, didn't
Well, yeah, we got a new recliner. It's supposedly my birthday. I just had a birthday in May. It was my birthday / Father's Day gift, so I got a new recliner. So that's nice.
That's how you know you're officially a dad.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, no, I texted you guys and I was like, I'm rocking it out Bill Dold style right now.
That's exactly right. That's my pops. Man.
All I need is a carton of cigarettes. I had the dog on my lap and everything.
you don't fuck with Bill's chair.
Dude, it's so funny how all of my friends, that I've been friends with for a very long time, just know that shit. Like, you just never sat in my dad's chair. If he was home.
Not when he's
if he wasn't there.
Oh, no, that wasn't even a seat.
Yeah, that just didn't exist. It was fucking lava.
Right,
It wasn't there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But that and I also bought myself a chainsaw. So I guess,
Nice. What'd you go with?
it's just an electric one.
Like a mini one.
It's a 14-inch blade. It's not. It's just a electric plug-in. So plug into an extension cord. That's all I need.
What do you have? You have a couple trees in your yard or something?
Well, I had this old fire pit area where
towards the back, right?
Yeah, house. My father and we built this. I don't know, over 10 years ago, and he got it from the power company. I guess they were putting in new phone poles, so he took the old ones from them, and he was like, "Hey, let's build benches with these." I was like, "All right, cool." So we did that. But now we're getting this fence put in, and we want to put a little shed in that area back there. So I had to get that shit out of the way. And there's a big old tree back there that needs a little bit of trimming too. So I might delve into that.
Yeah, hack at it.
Homeowner shit.
I've not done much tree trimming in my life. And a couple of years ago, I bought an electric tree trimmer. And I made it about 30 seconds before I cut the cable.
Like a pole cutter?
No, the one that has like the scissor teeth on it,
Yeah, the hedge trimmers.
Yeah. And, just to like shape up the bushes and stuff in front of the house.
Yeah. I got that.
And I lasted maybe about 30 seconds and I cut the cord. Okay.
I almost did that.
No, hold on. It gets so much worse. And I normally don't I use a lot of different tools, but for some reason, the way I was operating that tool, I just kept catching the cable. No matter what I do. I did it about 4 times, and I was like, all right, obviously this is for someone else to do.
You did it 4 times?
Yeah. Well, it might have been a couple different
That's impressive.
Uses of it,
I did that once. I used to trim the bushes at my grandparents' house, and I did that once, and lesson learned.
Actually, mine's battery operated. The cords arm was cut was for my headphones.
Dude, battery tools are great.
Awesome.
I have a battery lawnmower now. It's a 60 volt battery, Craftsman, and it's fucking perfect for my yard. The battery charge lasts about an hour, so that's
exactly what you need.
That's more than I need, and it cuts good. The deck doesn't go quite as low as I would like, but it's good enough.
Oh, that's cool.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, man, it's just so easy.
I need to buy a zero turn. My backyard, well, my yard's like about an acre or some bullshit like that. And
yeah, you can't be doing no battery with that.
No, fuck no, the thing would die. We use just a regular, riding lawnmower now, but it takes so fucking long because you got to turn around and do all that shit. So eventually, I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy one of those, but they're so damn expensive, man. It's crazy.
They're pricey.
Shit's not cheap.
I think the one
fun to
the
drive.
One I was looking at, yeah. And my backyard's flat, so it's just it'll be quick. Because right now I'm actually not allowed in the sun for very long.
Yeah, join the club, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's your patty ass, not the reason why I can't be in the sun. Actually, right now, definitely, dude. Look how pale I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at a couple different of them, like the club cadets and shit like that. They were really sweet. Maybe a John Deere. I'm not sure.
Get myself a John Deere. I always have like a running list of like shit that I want and or need. I just put an iPad on that list about 30 seconds ago.
Well, I go to like Lowe's or Home Depot and I see everything and I'm like, I could buy everything here. And like there's so much I could do with it.
Yeah, for sure. If I had this,
we really sound like old men right now.
We are.
Oh, for sure.
But it's so true though.
Yeah. Well, we're not going out to fucking bars.
No, we're just taking care of our yards.
That's what I'm doing. You got to make sure your yard's okay.
I've got to make it into a better hobby. It's so fucking hot down here that it's just like I just don't want to go out there. And so for a while, I was paying a landscaping crew to do it. And just recently, I'm like, I'm home. I can't be paying someone to fucking be out there cutting my grass. It's ridiculous. So I cut it now, and it's just like, oh, I don't fucking want to do that, but. It's a bitch here, man. It's direct sunlight, no shade at all. Just fucking your ass whooped by the sun the whole time.
Fucking A. I feel you. So,
dad shit,
What other fucking dad shit do you get into since you're a father?
He's gonna finish showing Ethan how to change brakes.
You grilling out tomorrow?
We're gonna go to breakfast. We're gonna go out to breakfast to the lot. Which is I can see from my house, and they have
nice.
They have a great breakfast, so we're gonna go there early, and then we're going over to my parents' house around 4:00 for some dinner. So I don't know, nothing crazy.
Some din.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of that thing beyond. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Exactly.
So you like round up the whole gang and go with them?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's gonna be great.
Be a fun time. Rob,
are we in a knitting circle right now? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I know, I feel like it. I'm just getting like progressive.
Or no, actually, I said a knitting circle. That's bullshit. It's like standing around like a grill at a family party. We're saying like all the dads.
Hey, we're just shooting the shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I said,
no, back in the same spot.
No topic tonight. We're winging it. I think we're doing all right.
No, I did something like kind of on the complete opposite direction. You know how old men typically have like the New Balance white shoes?
Right.
Well, I went in a different direction. I was rocking the white shoes for tennis for like a while, and they just got so fucking old.
Did you get some multicolor ones?
I got some like really cool fucking blue ones.
Nice.
Yeah, Asics. They look
nice. I fucking love. I love shoes. I wish I wasn't so damn cheap. Like when I was younger, I had tons of shoes. I would have tons, but I'm so fucking cheap now.
I am too, but like I was just, I need a new. That's the second pair of shoes I bought. I need another pair of like regular shoes. So I got these nice summer walking shoes that are made by Adidas.
Typically, I buy one pair of shoes at a time. I have like
Generally, me too.
I have like a general pair of shoes. I have a pair of work boots, and then right now I got my Crocs on, which this is my first pair of Crocs. Fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
I'll wear these things everywhere.
Okay.
When those things first it's hard to knock them, but when they first came out, I was working for Journeys, and the vendors came in and gave free pairs out, and I didn't get a free pair, but so I started taking them off the wall every shift, and I would just wear them and then put them back on the wall. Those things are so goddamn comfortable, but they're
ugly.
Wonderful. Oh, they're just so fucking ugly, dude.
Oh yeah, I can't argue that, but you get to a point in your life where you really just don't care.
Oh, dude, I went to Get Go a couple weeks ago in my sweatpants. I never go anywhere in sweatpants.
Right.
You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there.
I know.
Although, like, there's certain people that can pull off that look, like real tall, thin, athletic people.
That's
can wear like sweatpants, hoodie, and like running shoes and look cool. If I wear it, it'll look like I'm just heading to fucking Jenny Craig or some shit.
Look at this lazy sack of shit.
Yeah, I look like
look at this Guido-looking son of a bitch.
I look like I'm just ready for fucking. I'm looking for my teddy bear for my nappy nap.
Joey's about to get put down.
So I asked you guys about video games, and then we veered off. I've been playing the Uncharted series. It was PlayStation gave it away for free during quarantine, so I downloaded it. And then, so they gave away for free Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and then for PlayStation Plus members, you can get Uncharted 4. So I finished the first one just this morning, actually. It's a pretty easy playthrough, but I don't know. It's it's very similar to like a Tomb Raider type of game.
Okay.
Kind of like, but it has like more of like an Indiana Jones type of vibe.
So you have to maybe solve puzzles and shit.
There's like a little bit. It's more of like it's a platformer. There's a lot of there's a few jump. There's a little bit of gun battles, a little bit of jumping around. I don't know. It's just kind of like fun. It's easy, but it's fun.
Dude.
And the story was pretty good. It actually took a little twist that I didn't expect it to. Like there was like these like undead creatures. So the protagonist is Nathan Drake, who is the ancestor of Sir Francis Drake. So he's a treasure hunter. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I enjoyed it, so I'm on the second one now, and I'll let you guys know when I finish that. I'm sure you're very excited to hear about it.
Bated breath. This podcast brought to you by Skull, the one and only there in a pinch.
Dude,
I think you guys all lipped up.
Copenhagen.
So, I mean, I do want to get a video game system eventually, but I know how much time it's going to take for me. What
else do you need to do with your time?
Nintendo Switch. I got a brand new one that I probably can't play anymore.
I don't know. I think I could use my time better elsewhere. Reading.
Oh, for sure. 1,000,000%.
Working.
Well,
dad stuff.
Okay, but playing games is not for working time.
No, I know, but I'm like a work from home. When I work from home, I'm not doing a 9 to 5. I'm doing a 9 to 11, and then I'm taking a break, and then I'm going from 11:45 till 2, and then lunch, and then that's how I do it. And then
I got you.
I don't stop at 5. I just incorporate work into my life.
Right. Throughout the day. And it's so much better. I feel like I get more work done. Do you think you're going to be doing more work from home now after all this?
I think so. I think that's where...
Yeah, after the Rona, do you think you're going to stay at home?
I think it'll probably... I'm hoping to go into the office 2-3 days a week and work from home, maybe 2 to 3 days, whatever it would work out to. But we'll see. It's like we have all this technology now. We have it all set up.
It's kind of interesting, like what Corona has brought to the surface, along those lines of working from home.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, you start to see it. It's like, oh, I can still do my job just as proficiently, if not better.
Maybe even better, right?
Right. And I actually told my boss, I was like, I think I'm more productive when I'm at home, and I think that's true.
In most cases it's true. That's why you see a lot of companies do it. Like even pre-corona, people were doing, or companies were doing it like crazy.
Because the thing is, it takes me so much time to get into work, and once I am at work, I spend so much time talking to my boss or my administrative assistant. It's like, whereas if I'm at home, it's like I let the cat out and I'm going to town. But yeah, that's I'm hoping it's where it's going to go, is just work from home. We will see.
But you gotta put some time aside for yourself if you buy a game console.
Yeah, he does that when he plays tennis and things like that.
Well, yeah, not just that. My issue is, if I do buy a game console, I'll go hard as fuck. I'll be one of those guys that, like, I'll call off work for a fucking day or two if I need to like finish a game or whatever. Fire through it.
Well, this is your year because this is the year of the next generation of consoles.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a new Xbox and the PS5 are coming out this holiday season.
Oh, really? So maybe I'll just wait for that.
Might as well.
Yeah, that sounds
Like,
pretty
I
cool.
feel like,
Or,
Chuck,
I mean,
you need your own solo game podcast, man. You got like the perfect angle on this. I like it.
I mean, I love games.
I would play,
good.
but I would buy one if you would like play Madden with me or whatever. You don't ever play? Do you play Madden?
I don't. When it comes to sports games, I'm more of an NHL guy.
I would play NHL. I'd fuck shit up in NHL.
Madden, I don't know. Madden never really caught my attention too much. I don't know if it's because. I mean, I like football, of course. We're Pittsburghers. We love our Steelers.
Of course.
But
Well done, Stallers.
I don't know. Like, I guess there's the fact I'm not very good at Madden. That might come into effect. But it's like, I don't know. Football just it's kind of a boring game to me.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah,
From all the starting and stopping.
yeah. Anytime I watch a Steeler game, I usually take a nap somewhere throughout it.
I've been
Dude.
Chuck is officially dad mad.
Whatever. But yeah,
Taking naps halfway
yeah, whatever.
through.
Like if you get a console, I'll definitely play games with you.
Okay.
You want to get on some NHL? We'll get on some NHL.
Yeah, I'm down. So you go with? Do you have PlayStation or do you go Xbox?
This current generation, I have everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because if I get a new one, I'm leaning towards Xbox. If I'm going to be honest with you.
Me personally, I would consider myself a Nintendo fanboy. Rob, are you sleeping?
No, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I would consider myself a Nintendo fanboy. I've have owned every generation of Nintendo consoles. I don't know. Nintendo just holds a special place in my heart. I mean, I get it. Like, hardware wise, they're not up to par with.
They're just not
with PlayStation, but like, they're Nintendo's.
I don't really know if they're meant to be. It doesn't seem like they're meant to be. Otherwise, they would do it.
They're in it for the experience, the gaming experience.
Yeah, it's just all about like having fun with them,
right? And they're obviously more of a family-friendly company.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mario, any Mario game I'll play. Big Zelda guy. But between PlayStation and Xbox, I'm more of a PlayStation guy.
Aren't some of those games like compatible with one another now, though, in some like universes?
Yes. When it comes to online gaming, most games nowadays are becoming cross-platform.
Cross-platform, that's right.
So, like, say my boys play Fortnite, they can play. Like Charlie, he plays on his phone, but he can play with Tommy and whoever else is playing. Tommy plays on.
Oh, that's really cool.
Tommy plays on the Xbox. And some of their friends might have an
crazy.
Xbox or a PC, even or a PlayStation, and they can all play together as long as they have their usernames.
Dude, straight up, I haven't played video games in probably like 8 years. Like, I mean, I played a game of hockey here and there down at Dom's house because Dom has it. But I haven't, like, played in about 8 years. So I would suck for quite some time.
No, I mean, there's some good games out there for you to get reacquainted with. Like, actually, there was a game released this week that I'm probably gonna get soon. The Last of Us Part 2. It's like a survival horror type of game. I would say Resident Evil-esque. Not quite Resident Evil, but...
What do you think the new ones are going to cost?
The consoles? I don't think any prices have been revealed yet, but I'd say anywhere between $400 or $500.
That's not that bad.
It's not, because
Dude,
think about it. Like you got it for usually generation span is 5 years, 6 years.
And not even that. Think of what you pay for your fucking iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
It's twice that, you know?
At least twice that.
Right. The only thing that sucks about consoles is, like, they charge, like, what, $60 a game still?
$60 a game. Yeah. Well, another thing, and it's funny because the McSauce guys were just talking about this, actually. Like, the Xbox, we bought an Xbox for Christmas for Tommy because he wanted an Xbox. Like I said, I'm more of a PlayStation guy. I've always been PlayStation, and that's just, personal preference. But the Xbox we got is the all digital one. There's no disc drive.
Oh yeah, I hear. Aren't they all? The new ones are going to be all that way, right?
No, they. As far as I know, from the PlayStation conference they just had, or the reveal they just had, there's going to be a model each way, and they did not release any prices, but I suspect that the non-disc drive one would be cheaper.
Really? I figured it'd be the other way around.
No, because think about it, that's another piece of hardware they have to add into the system. So,
because I was thinking I was going to get the all digital one anyway.
All digital's the way to go.
But that just means that you have to have internet connection, which who the fuck doesn't anyway?
Right. I mean, basically you buy your games from the PlayStation Store or the Microsoft Store.
Right.
Download it directly to your console, and at that point, like, you can either keep it on your console, or if you delete it to free up memory space, you can always re-download. You don't have to pay for it again. It saves your purchases.
Here's a question: say I buy Madden 2020, and then I want to upgrade to 2021. Do I have to pay $60 again, or do they offer any kind of like deal?
No. If you got the new game, you would have to pay $60 again. But if you kept Madden 2020, I do believe you can update the rosters.
Oh.
So you still be playing Madden 2020,
cool.
but you can update the rosters to the current roster, I believe. Okay. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there's some stuff like that.
Because I actually think there is another like ESPN Sports thing where, or EA Sports. There's like a package you can get. Like it's like
there might
$50
be something like
a year.
that. Yeah, there might be something like that.
I forget who's. I think Dawn was telling me about that.
Again, I'm not like super familiar with Madden,
yeah.
but great video game talk, guys. This is awesome.
You're getting me psyched up. And obviously, like, you can get more expensive ones if you want like more memory and shit like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what they do at launch. But right now, if you're looking at this current generation, there are different models of every console you can buy. Some are like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. They're equipped for 4K Ultra HD.
Okay.
Of course, you don't need one of those unless you have an Ultra HD, a 4K resolution TV, which right. I don't have, so it doesn't matter.
No, I just bought a new. Actually, that might be. I don't know.
You get 4K resolution to your home as well, like you have the proper box to receive it.
Yeah, I don't know if my new TV's like that or not. There's a lot of fucking things that I have on my TV that I don't even fuck with.
But yeah, there are different systems. Throughout the lifespan, they release different models nowadays that have different, memory and graphics processors, basically.
Yeah, well, I might crack this holiday season. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah, and like honestly, for me, I'm recently trying to start getting back into games because it's one of my favorite hobbies. It's like something I love so much. but like after having kids and stuff, like it kind of just went away.
Yeah, of course.
So,
but they're all grown now, so it's like you have.
And they all like gaming, so it helps.
Yeah, no, it's cool because.
Does that ever bring like the fam together? Do you ever play with them?
Yeah, every now and then, like they don't always let me play, but sometimes I'm like, I want to play.
They exclude Chuck. Fuck out of here, Dad.
If anybody's excluded, it's me.
Get out of here, Dad, you goddamn nerd.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I was playing Super Smash Bros. with Tommy. He was like, Dad, you want to play? I was like, yeah, I'll play. I'll kick your fucking ass.
You talk shit.
No, and it's awesome because the new Super Smash Bros. For the Switch has Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. So, of course, that's my dude.
Naturally.
And honestly, like, that's one of the things that kind of got me back into gaming is this Final Fantasy VII remake that Greg and I talked about in a couple episodes ago.
Endlessly talked about.
You gave us like 15 minutes.
You fucking nerd. 15 minutes.
The new Tony Hawk. Are you excited for the new Tony Hawk?
Dude, so excited.
I want it.
Jimmy.
I hope it comes for the Switch. I don't know if it will, but
I'm not sure about that. It's definitely going to be on PlayStation and Xbox, though. They're doing a Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 remaster. Not even a remaster, just like a reboot almost. They're
awesome.
Completely remaking them. So yeah, that's going to be super cool. I'm definitely going to get into that.
I watched a few videos of that the other day. They basically brought like some of the skaters back from the original, game, Mike Vallely and all these different guys and
Bucky Lassick.
Exactly, and they just talk to them, and you see them that they're older now, and most of them still skate, obviously.
And the soundtrack is going to remain intact for I think there was like 5 tracks that they're not able to put on due to licensing restrictions. One of them, unfortunately, is the Anthrax with, is it House of Pain?
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Yeah,
Bring the noise.
that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one didn't make the cut, unfortunately, and there's a couple others, but great soundtracks on those games. I can't tell you how many hours I have played Tony Hawk games. Me and Blue especially, like
shit on that game.
Me and Blue would play. I think Tony Hawk 2 was probably my most played one.
You guys were incredibly amazing at that game. Like I remember
we
going
fucking
home and
tore it up every day.
I'd go home and play it, and then I'd come back and watch you guys play and not want to play around you guys.
Yeah, super cool. I don't know. Tony Hawk's had a lot of great games. Like, what a great franchise.
I think. Well, at the time that he came out with it, he was almost dead broke. I mean, not dead broke, but he was losing money because bird skating wasn't popular at all. Street skating was popular.
Did you see Did we talk about the podcast when he was on Joe Rogan? Tony Hawk?
No.
Dude, I would highly recommend that one.
I'll have to check it out.
He was talking about he was doing okay, but he was like, he didn't see big money until those games came out. And he was like, he was like, I blew the fuck up after that. And that was like 96, 97. But which is crazy because I still remember him being like a household name. Maybe that was just because we were into kind of the punk scene, the whole skating thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, how much money can you make from
just skating?
Being a professional skateboarder, like you're not gonna be a millionaire,
vert skater too.
Especially
vert skating wasn't cool for the
only, yeah.
Well, especially because I think when we started getting into it, like we were more rollerbladers than anything. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But back then,
Fruit Buddhas.
We were fruit booters, but it still wasn't like hugely popular. It was starting to. I think we started getting into it when it was like starting to blow up.
Yeah, for sure.
So that
95, 96. Yeah.
95, 96. That's when, it really started heating up. And then you had, of course, the X Games and all that. And he talks about that and how it just got ridiculous because they tried to push it more and more and more with the height of the ramps and everything. And I guess there was like 1 or 2 skaters that got really fucked up on one of those ridiculous 50-foot verts.
Yeah, the big air jumps or some shit.
And they were like, all right, we're going to dial it back. We're going to, settle at 30 feet or whatever. But
I actually just went the other day and bought a new skateboard.
Dude,
it's funny how the coordination is still there. I can still ollie and stuff, but I can. When I fall, dude, it hurts so fucking bad. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's like I can't even fucking hardly get up. No, but Tony Hawk is like actually a really fucking cool ass dude, like in real life.
Yeah, he's always seemed like it.
He's always doing like cool shit for people, you know.
Well, yeah. Did you see that one video of like the FedEx truck driver?
Yeah.
Like this little boy comes up, like 7 years old, like, "Hey, can you send this to Tony Hawk?"
And
he's like, "All right," and like he sends out this video, like, "Hey, Tony Hawk, like,
if you see this, you're not a big fan.
Like, this kid wants to give this to you." And like,
day later, or like maybe 2 days later,
he sent the kid a signed skateboard. So yeah, cool dude.
And,
yeah, for sure.
And the other thing is that he does is he funds and helps build skate parks all across America.
Nice.
And it's so fucking cool to do.
It's just skate spots, even.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's just a couple of obstacles, he does that.
Right. And he helps out with like the design and all that shit. He sends like teams to do it. It's really cool because his mentality was like, he was like, when I grew up, I was the fucking nerdy, wiry outsider. He was like, I wasn't a jock, so, you know, a football field doesn't mean shit to me, you know. He was like, there was no place for people like me. So now that I'm huge, I decide that I can, you know,
yeah, and if you live in the city of Pittsburgh, you can fill it up with sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just did that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Oy
Oy vey.
And everything's still kind of locked down here. I mean, people give you the side eye if you're not wearing a mask. A lot of the bars are kind. I guess they're open, but I don't think they're really filling up like they thought they were going to.
Well, the rules here now, I don't know what you guys are doing in Texas, probably nothing, but...
Not really much, yeah.
The rules here, like...
Wear masks, wash your hands.
We're in the so-called green phase, which it's confusing. The wording is confusing, because if you hear that you're in green, you're like, okay, we're good. But no, you're like still good to go, but you can still get corona.
I don't get that.
So, basically, like, if you go to a restaurant... You have to wear your mask while you're walking in. Once you sit down and you're seated at your table, you can remove your mask. If you get up to go to the bathroom or anything, put your mask back on. I mean,
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's pretty simple, but like I just went down to Get Go before I came here to Jimmy's house, and everybody in the store was wearing a mask except for one dude. Of course, there's always one dude.
There's always that one asshole who's making a stand.
Yeah.
Like, it does, like, of course I don't like wearing a mask, and this is just, like, I'm sure everybody's heard this everywhere. I don't like wearing a mask, but I'm going to wear it because why wouldn't I? It's not a big deal.
It's a little bit of an inconvenience. You know, we're going to fucking be all right, but, you know, somebody else might not be. That's why we're wearing them.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever.
Yeah, it seems like in Texas, they don't give a fuck. Same thing with, like, Florida.
It's just that it's not really affecting much here. You know what I mean? Like the numbers that they're pulling, because, you know, the rest of us don't have any clue, but what they tell us, you know, it's just not as bad as they think it is. But that's, you know, we still, like my wife and myself, we still wear masks when we go places, and we try not to go out much. We wash our hands a ton. She's a nurse, so obviously she's wrapped the fuck up all day long.
Dude, they're saying that numbers are spiking big time in Texas.
In certain areas, yeah, definitely. The county that I live in, I think they haven't gone up at all.
Right.
Well, same thing in Florida because their governor is a douche.
He's a complete fucking moron.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's common, like, sense dictates wear a fucking mask. Like, if you don't wear gloves, that's probably not a big deal, but definitely wash your hands all the fucking time.
Yeah.
If you're sick, stay home, get someone else to go out for you. If you can't wear a fucking mask, get there, get back.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that fucking difficult, man. Let the smart people do the smart shit, and the rest of us dummies just follow the rules.
Oh, it's one of those things. It's like this doesn't need to be a political debate or an issue.
Oh,
this is
it always has to be.
It's fucking. It's
so
just
gross.
like general public health. Like, why are we fighting public health? It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like, do you want the Rona? Well, no, I don't. Well, neither do I. Okay, but what can we do to solve this? Well, I'm not sure. Well, here, we kind of have an idea. It's wear these masks, clean your hands, maybe wear gloves. Be careful. Here's other couple rules. They're not that bad. We're not taking your fucking liberties from you.
Right.
And then next thing you know. It's like, well, dude, last time I checked, I'm a plumber and you're like a, housing broker or some shit. Neither one of us are doctors. Maybe let's let them do that kind of thinking.
Let's let the scientists do the science.
Yeah, dude. Like, let's stop pretending like we understand anything because we read headlines from fucking BuzzFeed.
Oh, big time, dude. I mean, if you look on Facebook or anything, everybody is a medical professional. Everybody's a constitutional law professor. It's everybody's an expert.
It's a super bummer. Right now it's almost worse. It's just that like it's the virtue signal aspect of it. It's like, dude, yeah, for sure. Like we should all be for black rights. Like we should all stand united and be like fucking done with all this bullshit. Yes, absolutely. But the way that some people put it out there on Facebook, it's like, I know you just want like your one or two friends that you might know that happen to be black to know that you're cool with them. And it's all kinds of weird, especially like some people I know and how they're opposed to certain things so much. And you're like, you're just a racist, dude. You're just clandestinely trying to not say it, but by doing what you're doing, you're obviously just a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, I think we all know a couple people like that.
Sure do. Sure do.
Oh, we officially.
Sorry,
we're gonna
too close to home.
We're gonna just breeze over real quick. I kind of want to. We got our first little piece of hate recently. That was kind of fun.
Okay, what piece of hate?
We got our first little bit of hate recently, because so far we haven't had too much of a long line of haters, have we, Jack?
No, we don't have any haters. We just have a person. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
That's all I wanted to do. If someone's still listening right now, then good for them. We all have certain family members. Yeah, we all have certain family members that cause issues, and one of the three of us family members not a fan of us and has decided to make it known on
not
the
a
internet.
fan of most human life in general. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
What do we say here? We hope this finds you well. Haters gonna hate.
Hate is gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. That's another one of our mottos out there in the universe now.
Yeah, that's it.
Keep it real. Haters gonna hate.
I don't know if that's okay, but I don't stand behind that. Can I voice my opinion?
Of course.
But yeah, that's so silly. So if you're out there and you're behind your keyboard and you're being weird, cool for you. We're just gonna keep doing our thing, goofball.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
I know. Can't even do that without being fucking ridiculed.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other like we normally would, but we're recording it.
Like a bunch of libtards.
Libtards. Probably like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, we probably do.
He's a socialist,
Yep, still vote for him 10 times over, this fucking asshole in office.
Oh, course. So yeah, that was a little fun little nugget there that we were obviously dancing around, but I thought it would be fun for the three of us to talk about it.
I think it's appropriate.
Forgive us, we care for human rights.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I can empathize with somebody who's not my race.
Lo siento.
My bad. I don't just pay attention to the agenda we're spoon-fed. I'm so sorry.
I know. That's funny.
Oy vey again, as my Jewish friends would
Actually,
say.
in all fairness, I've never had a beef. I've always
No, never. And that's the thing. It's like, it just seemingly came out of nowhere.
No, it's not out of nowhere. He hates Charlie, and we're mere casualties.
I don't even know if it's that. It's just like this breeding hatred that's been growing and growing and growing and growing for years and years. I don't know. Unchecked mental illness, I would say.
Yeah, no, totally.
Quite honestly, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Sociopathic
that amount
tendencies.
of aggression that can come out is wild in some people. It's just like, why is this all stored up? Or like those crazy fuckers, those incel people. You know what those are?
Yeah, people who can't fuck because they're not attractive or something.
Well, it's in the word.
Involuntary celibate is what it stands for.
and they basically shame women because women won't have, sex with them or whatever. It's like, well, maybe if you like got out of your mom's basement, like got up, got a shower, kid, maybe a job or two, and stop being a piece of shit and treating people like an object.
Right.
Maybe you'll be all right. But they just, then just hate is gonna hate.
Like if you're not a good-looking dude, I mean, there's still other ways that you can attract women. You could have.
I'm married. Have you seen the size of my fucking head?
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
If that doesn't work, fucking be smart and make a lot of fucking money. Women love money
or
too.
Or be funny. That works too.
Or be funny. Yeah, be the funny guy.
Listen, I've been married for 16 years now. Look at me. I'm like Humpty fucking Dumpty over here. Like,
one handsome ass Humpty Dumpty though.
I have a decent face. I'll give you that. But like,
strong jaw.
Definitely. Great smile.
Oh, funny story. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm going to tell you now. And I might have already, but I'm going to say it again anyway.
Go for it.
So my mom was just sticking around on Facebook, and she saw a picture of you, and she's like, that Charlie Lynch got really handsome.
Yeah, he sure did.
Don't tell Betty what's up.
Well,
that's funny. My mom says around the same thing. I showed her that picture, the one that Ian did of us, and then I showed her a picture of you, and she was just like, oh, he's got a lot of gray in his beard. I like that. I was like, oh, that's awkward.
Silver Fox.
Holla.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So all the grandmas like me. That's cool.
I know. I get that all the time.
The future's looking bright,
I get that at my office too from like 60-year-old women. I'm like, thanks. Like,
Jimmy, you look like the paper boy or some shit. Like, bro, you look so young, it's ridiculous.
60-year-old chicks love me, man, but it's like,
do you have a daughter
or a fucking granddaughter? Something.
It's so disgusting, dude. Like, so I've been a plumber for a while now, and so many people, obviously, that watch far too much porno, like, ask me, like, oh, you ever hook up on the job? Like, number one, no, dude, I'm fucking married as shit. And number two, no, like.
People are calling you to fix shit.
Yeah, their shitter's full up. Like,
can you unclog my shit and then fuck me?
Yeah.
Out of here. Like, what strange world do you live in where, like, me, who was just at the last house unclogging, like, a sink, smelled disgusting, I'm sure. I'm a really clean person, so I keep my truck relatively clean, and I try not to be the stinky plumber, like, stereotype and shit, but... Dude, it's I've been asked that so many times, and it's just like, no, man. But old women are a bit aggressive with their flirtiness for sure. It's always old women.
I've had 2 or 3 come at me like hard, and one wasn't even old. One was like 30, another one was like 42, 43, and I got like a drunken email once, and it was like. Holy
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like crazy.
Like, were these like office ladies or
they were clients?
Oh wow.
They were clients, and I'm bound by law. I can't have like any kind of relationship with a client. So
that makes sense, yeah.
It wasn't even in the cards.
That's
anyway.
one hell of a good excuse not to get into that situation. Though, like, man, like I can't, like, legally. Like,
well, that's the one that's the excuse I leaned on with the 30-year-old because she was like, I'm just gonna say it. She's fucking grotesque. I might be being an asshole, but like, she was just a bad person too. So all around.
What a word to choose, too. That's beautiful.
It was rough, and I gave her the old no. I actually busted out the roll, like it showed it to her to like fucking get.
Oh my God!
It's like I really want to, but I can't.
It's like this is the rule number 203 of whatever it was of the rules of professional responsibility, and then she tried hitting on my coworker. And I was like, no, he's bound too because he works here.
We're all bound.
Get out of the office.
No one's going to give you
some. On my staff.
Yeah, you're not going to get any legal dick. Get out of here.
All right, boys. What do you think we wrap it up now?
Yeah, I said we do that. That was a fun one.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do our little bit of housekeeping here.
Yeah, could you please?
Absolutely, I will, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
As always, check us out on Apple Podcast. If you will, leave us a little rating and review to help us get a little bit of recognition over there. Also, find us on Spotify, Stitcher, and our host site, Libsyn. We are all... blip, 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 blip. Blip, blip, blip. We are also now on iHeartRadio app, so check us out on there if that's your thing. Check out our YouTube channel. As of right now, we have all of our audio episodes up there. So if you prefer to listen on YouTube, you can do that. Subscribe to us there. We are in the process of trying to find out a proper way of recording video. I think it would be really cool if we had a video show of this.
So if any of you guys out there know how to do that
happen.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm all the way in Texas and we are not technologically savvy, but we can Amazon real well.
Jimmy and I are pretty close to getting it figured out. We're gonna try a couple things maybe next time with in the other room there.
We're gonna try and put it on my TV. That sounded really fucking gay.
The other room there.
Try some things in the other room. Holy
I heard that as I was saying it. It's all technological stuff. Don't worry about it.
Jimmy's always been a technical person.
Don't ask any questions.
We're gonna try some things in the other room. We'll get back to you on how that goes.
Jenny's gonna be like, "What the fuck? You're never going over there."
It's gonna be great. Oh boy. Check out our playlist on Spotify. It features all the songs we've talked about on the show, a bunch of songs that we like a lot. Listen to that. You got about an hour and a half right now, hour and a half worth of music to listen to. A lot of good jams on there. If you need something to listen to, check that out. Of course, check us out on the socials, Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We also have a Facebook group called The Found Wellers. That's our fan page. So if you want to stay up to date with all of our episodes, or if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on Facebook or Twitter. Twitter at FindsYouWellPod. And as always, check out our podcast friends. A Fireside Chat, McSauce, Case in Point, Element of Surprise, Working Stiffs Podcast. All those guys are great. Support those who support us. We love them all. That'll be about it, guys. Anybody else got anything to say?
I think you covered it. We'll be talking to you guys, I guess, in another couple weeks.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm
Chuck.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Jimmy.
And it truly was a Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, it truly was a Shawshank Redemption.
And we hope this finds you well. Bye-bye.
Bye.
computers, we could just do like a Microsoft Teams. That would definitely.
Or that like Loop or some shit.
Or
what's the one that everybody uses right now? Like Loop or some shit.
Zoom. It's either Zoom or Teams. Teams isn't bad. It's easy to use. I use it at work. You click fucking 2 buttons. Beep, bop, boop.
Is that what the buttons are called? Beep, bop, boop?
Beep, bop, boop. You're fucking in.